Just while we're still talking about the weight and food, I just wanted to ask you, James, what was the worst weight cut you had?
I had two I can think of. One is when I flew to Japan to fight. I got on the plane at 63.5 kilos. It was one of the first times I'd fought at 61, and I think I got off the plane at 67. And to weigh in the next day, we arrived at the hotel. They took us to the office to check our weight, and to weigh in the next day it was about 15 hours or something to weigh in. But the contract for that, it was a good purse for that fight, but the contract had in it that if I missed weight I was liable for my purse, my opponent's purse, my flights and my hotel.
Fuck.
So it came
fuck me.
Hit me a bill. It worked out about £8,000, right? So I was like, I need to make this weight here. So there was just daft wee things, like we weren't allowed in a sauna because some of our guys had tattoos, so they're like, you're not allowed in here because the gangsters have the tattoos. So I had a sauna suit ways and stuff like that. I had to put this sauna suit on and walk about this park for a wee bit, and then they're putting us in like these hot baths and that. But we made it fine and stuff, but it was just it was the time constrictions. Then I had retained water on the plane, and then another one when I fought the last time I fought Thai. I was made to fight at 61 kilos for an ISK title, a world title against a Thai called Rung, and they changed it to 59 kilos about 2 weeks out. And I was like, at this point, I was like, I'm fucking fighting for that title. I'll make it. Which is, I'll make it. I'll be fine. But that 60, getting to 61 was a stretch for me. Getting to 59, it was like 59 point whatever. That was fucking horrific. So every time you hit me I felt it. I was just like, I'm too wee, like, this isn't good. I'd also still been doing jiu-jitsu and stuff at that point, and I could mind just getting closer to the fight and getting lighter and lighter, and people just ragged on me a bit that normally wouldn't, but they two stick out. But none of them were pleasant. The Neil Seary fight when I fought at 63.5 was decent. It was £140. It was comfortable because I could diet down pretty easy at 66, and then it was a wee water cut. But the rest of my cuts to 61 was a case of dieting down to 66, and then 24 hours it was always try to lose. If it was £8 and under, I was like relatively happy. A couple of times if it was 8.1 pound, I was like, oh, this is going to be brutal. But none of them were that, because I didn't know what I was doing. I've changed stuff up, and I started water loading near the end of my career, and it was getting easier, and then manipulating salt and stuff like that, like the way guys do now. I was getting the hang of that. That got a wee bit easier, but the first couple, it was just...
You were effectively in the, like, so obviously, because I know America weight cutting's been a thing about with wrestling and that, but here you were in effectively what we'd call the test dummy era.
Paul was doing a nutrition degree at Glasgow Uni, so he was like, let's try this. Brilliant. And then I was coming for a kickboxing background and training with a lot of boxers, so they were like, just run it off. Like, I was like, I can't fucking run anymore. Like, I'm training twice a day, and like, go at night and just do another fucking 6 miles, so I'm running a bit longer like an idiot. But a lot of it was trial and error, and then a lot of it was just that mental strength at the end, like, you need to make it. And then we had this peer pressure on us where it was like, you can't embarrass the team by not making weight and shit, and you're like, I'll never let my teammates do, put me back in the bath. And like, even when I fought in Bama, I think I came out the hot bath and I'd stupidly locked the door, and I've sat up too fast, fell there and bashed my head off the sink, and then the next thing I remember is Gary's broken the room door. He's taking my sauna suit trousers off, and I'm waking up and he's like, why is he taking my trousers off? So I was just trying to get to him, and he's like, you fucking locked the door and you fell there and bashed your head. I was like, I might not make this fight. I smashed my head off the sink, a big lump on my head, but the fight was alright. But it was just daft things like that, like wee things.
There you go, guys. The things you don't see, the behind the camera stuff, it's fucking mental, that foreign back. And it's, you're not, that's happened to quite a few fighters. You hear the guys doing that?
Well, we didn't know at the time, like most of the guys who were running about that time were fainting coming out of these stupid baths, and they were making it too hot and putting too much salt in. There was like a formula with that where I think you go in the bath at 108 degrees you take a thermometer with you, and you let it go up to 115, and then you start sweating, then you sit for the 20 minutes, then you take the water out and you cool before you move, and we're not even using the salt. We were just fucking filling the bath with salt and sitting in it. Like, and it became that thing, like, see who can sit in the longest, and it was just ridiculous now. So now that's last, like, if you're struggling, that's last ditch now. We still don't use the salt too much, and we're on point with the temperature and the water and stuff. Whereas before it was like, these wrestlers are going into these hot baths, putting a sauna suit on and wrapping up towels. Let's do that.
I just jump into a boiler. Because I mind, was it Heron Barral? I think he fell coming out a hot bath.
It's so common. Like, you can't. The change of elevation when you come out of the bath just makes you dizzy.
Aye.
We've had some really back then with some really bad ones. Thankfully, we're a bit smarter with it now.
See, I'd be terrified. I'm bad enough when I'm getting out of the bath and it's quite warm. I know I'm constantly covering myself because I'm just I know what to burn myself.
It's the worst.
Must be
try to sit in it and stuff. It's fucking horrific.
I think it's a slow process, just slowly lowering yourself in.
Aye, and then you're arguing with every cunt, like, where's that timer? How long left? They're like, you've been in for 5 minutes. Like, I know you're lying. Like, show me the timer.
Pale Scottish skin as well in a hot bath. You come out like a cooked lobster.
Aye, but it was either that or the sauna. Back then, I was like, I hate the sauna. I don't like the hot air going in my lungs. I was like, I'll if there's a bath, I'll have the bath. But it's just a learning process, that shit.
I'm the kind of other way about. I've done a salt bath once and I was like, never again.
So what was the worst thing about it for you? Was it just the heat?
Just the bath. It wasn't. It was how you felt. It felt like it just drained me. See the feeling, like, see when I came out it and stuff like that, I felt like I was just like jelly. Like, I couldn't feel my legs. Like, see my legs, see me walking and stuff like that. I felt like I was just walking in kind of thin air and my legs were all jelly and stuff like that. So just my whole body felt sore. Like, it was horrific. So I've always used the sauna. Just
better for you.
I've just used a bit of sweet sweat and stuff like that, and get in the sauna, heat up, and then obviously, as James was saying, like, towel up after, in between.
Do you get the card out and scrape and all that?
Aye, so just towel up in between, just heat yourself up in the sauna and then come back out, towel up, and then go back in, heat yourself up, and then whatever else. But I've always found that my body deals with it a bit better, but it's each to their own. I know some people prefer the bath and some people hate the sauna, and it's vice versa.
What's the worst weight cut you've had so far?
I've had bad ones. I remember I used to fight 59 kilo. Right. 59 kilo was horrific. It's even like back in the day, like 59 kilo, I mean, you never knew anything about weight cutting and stuff like that. There wasn't so much. Like, see YouTube and all the videos, you can Google everything and look online in your phone and stuff like that. And then there wasn't stuff like that. It was just like people were saying. I knew what I had to make weight, so I ended up. It was daft stuff. It was talking years ago. This is about 10 years ago. But you were doing stuff like eating 3 bowls of Rice Krispies a day. So that's what you would eat. You were trying to run off and then, as James was saying, you were just running. Everybody was like that, just go running. Let's see, if you need to make weight, you need to run. So see, instead of training the last week, all you were doing was running. And then eating 3 bowls of Rice Krispies.
Crap.
It's mental. But you never knew anything better. You never knew things back then.
It's mad when you say 10 years ago, that's 2010, that doesn't feel that long ago. It's mental how things have changed. I don't think you'll get many nutritionists advising 3 bowls of Rice Krispies now. Maybe Cocoa Pops, but no Rice Krispies.
I think that's in part due to the popularity of MMA and the UFC. Anytime an industry starts making a lot of money, especially a sport, you're going to get experts kind of gravitating towards it. So you had that when these nutrition guys started to try to, like, if they can get a percentage of a fighter's purse and earn a living for it, they're going to move towards it the same way the kind of strength conditioning coaches and whatever else did. So it's been good that the good thing is all that knowledge is very accessible now. Like, guys who are struggling they're too lazy to Google. Like, you can Google all that stuff, or you can go on courses, or just ask. Like, Stevie's is really, really on point with that stuff. He's very good. He retains it so well. Like, you sit and ask him, and he'll be like, 1 gram of sugar holds this amount of water. If I have this, blah blah blah, and salt and stuff, he knows it holds like 400. 1 gram of sugar is 400 mils of water, or whatever. He knows all this shit off the top of his head. So, but you can message him and he'll say, this is what I've done for this fight, and that fight. It's all straight to like guys who are at the forefront of their field, like Dolce and stuff, or Lockhart. And he shares all that information with everybody in here. So it's just all the information you need is there, and it means you don't need to be that kind of daft guy who's like, I'll eat my 3 bowls of Rice Krispies and sit in a sauna.
That's just it. You never knew any better.
I know.
Obviously now you can YouTube stuff, but as James says, like, you hear how somebody's cut. You can even watch, like, say, the UFC guys. You can watch their videos of how they're cutting their weight and what they're doing, and everybody's better. Like, get more knowledge now. There's so much more knowledge out there to do things right. Whereas back then there wasn't.